Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I'm Adam McKola. Manchester United have drawn 2-2 with Aston Villa, and having gone 2-0 up in the game after 67 minutes, all you can call that is an absolute shambles. To throw away a lead, Ralph Rangnick speaks about control a lot from Manchester United, and we didn't have control at any point in that second half, to be totally honest with you. Aston Villa, whilst Manchester United were 1-0 up, were in control of that game in the second half. United managed to get the goal following a mistake from Aston Villa. Fred pounces on a mistake, gets the ball to Bruno. Bruno with a magnificent finish to get his second goal after the game. After a fortunate strike went through Martinez in the first half to give us the lead. And, you know, we got 2-0 up, and you're thinking, right, 20 minutes left in this game. Take control of it now. Their heads should drop now we get that goal. But we allowed them to grow in confidence. We allowed them to get a goal back. And with their new signing, Philippe Coutinho, on the pitch, we allowed them to kind of build this atmosphere. And it resulted in them getting an equaliser through that man, Philippe Coutinho. And it could have been worse for Manchester United. We were holding on towards the end there. Yeah, we had a corner and something else towards the final few minutes of injury time. But they were the ones that were pushing for the winner. And apart from the first 30 minutes in this game, where I thought Manchester United looked good, we looked good in possession, we looked good out of possession, we were stringing the ball around quite well, we were creating overloads on our left-hand side between Fred, Telles, Bruno, and we were creating some opportunities from that. We had a bit of fortune with the goal. But apart from that first 30 minutes, Manchester United were dominated by Aston Villa. Just before the half-time whistle, Aston Villa were the most lively again, creating a few opportunities for themselves. David De Gea keeping us in the game, keeping us ahead either side of half-time with his saves. And then we had an opportunity through Greenwood, which was dragged wide, just wide. But once you go 2-0 up, man, you have to take 3 points. No ifs, buts or maybes. And whatever positives that were there, they got thrown away in the second half with that performance. And it's so annoying. You look at the first goal. Now, the first goal for them, Fred tackles the ball off Coutinho in the box, and it falls to Ramsey. Now, Coutinho's probably trying to go to the byline and get the ball across to create an opportunity at that point, or get a shot at David De Gea. But he's probably not going to be able to get that pass out. Fred makes a tackle, and it goes to him. And then Fred's involved in the equaliser as well. Now, I'm not blaming Fred for the equaliser because he's not to know here. But it was just his luck. Like, he gets a deflection on the ball just as Lindelof comes to press. And it looks like Lindelof's going to win the ball. But because of that deflection, it goes to the Villa player. Villa carry on with their attack. They get down the left-hand side. Lindelof's now out of position. Varane needs to get to the ball. I thought he was too lackadaisical. In that play, he was too slow. I thought in the first half, Varane was quite good. First 60 minutes, quite good. But in that moment, he has to get across to that ball. Has to get across to it, and he didn't. And that's just a common theme for Manchester United at the moment. Defensive frailties. A midfield that got outplayed. Again, I know some people are going to be talking about that first 30 minutes, and it's all well and good, but for the next 60 minutes, they were outplayed in that midfield. And in the first 30 as well, I started to get pleased by the midfield because it looked like Matic was sitting. Bruno and Fred were a little bit closer together, but a little bit more advanced. It looked like a three. Elanga was working his balls off. We had Mason Greenwood out there who looked bright. Edinson Cavani had a poor game today. Now, that could have been because of a knock that he took in the first half. That may have taken it out of him, but everything that he did really didn't work for him. Poor game from him. A lot of times as well, where Fred was the furthest man forward in the press. People talk about, Man United better without Ronaldo and better with Cavani. There's not much difference there in terms of, that actual press from that front man, if you're going to want that. So I thought it was a poor game from him today. The substitutions were poor by Rangnick. I thought, yes, we got it right. We probably learned from our mistakes in the first game at Old Trafford. We played a little bit of a tighter midfield three. We looked a little bit better because of Ilanga's energy, pressing from the front three, and he was tucking in quite well out of possession. And And, you know, Tellez, I thought, was very good in the first half. Delors was very good in the first half. But then defensively, we fall asleep in the second half. We allowed Villa to grow in confidence as well. And it's that thing that Rangnick constantly speaks about: control, control, control. And we never had control at any point in this game. David De Gea, probably our man of the match again. I know Bruno got 2 goals. And he looked better today in that midfield three. But again, in the second half, he would be frustrated with his performance, despite getting that goal, which I thought was a fantastic goal. Because before he scored that second goal, I was thinking, Cavani's been poor, Bruno's been poor so far. You know, this Villa equalises incoming. And then United get 2-0 and you think, right, this is a stroke. Let's see this through now. Let's capitalise. Maybe you make a substitution. Matic was on a yellow card. He was looking erratic. Maybe you make a sub at that point. The subs, again, come too late. Reminded me of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at times, making the substitutions too late. But we threw that away today. We absolutely threw that away today. And whilst I look back at the Lowe's performance and think there were positives there, Lindelof, Varane, Tellez, all in all, we were disjointed when it came to the vital moments, and the vital moments are what count in football. And unfortunately, we've thrown away two points today. You could probably kiss goodbye to top 4 at this rate with the amount of rate we're dropping points. Now, I think it's only 1 defeat in 11, but you're dropping too many points, too many points, and yeah, it's annoying, man. It's proper annoying. I did say when Rangnick came in, he's not going to be able to change it overnight. He's going to need some time to influence his team. But we need results as well. For the short-term goals, we need results. And it's another week in the Premier League where it's not come. And to be honest, Villa probably feel they could have won that game. Because there were points in that game where we were being outplayed again. And we're going through a tricky time at the moment. Just need to hope it gets better, because you're not going to change your manager now. We've got an interim in place anyway. You know, you can make a transfer or two, but are they going to have as much influence as you maybe want them to? Are they going to be the right signings? I don't know. But today we threw that away. And you get a win there. You know, you've got back-to-back wins against Aston Villa, albeit a lucky one in the FA Cup. You look forward. You got Brentford, difficult game midweek, but you're thinking, run a little bit of a winning streak. Now you're going to Brentford thinking it's going to be noisy, it's going to be rocking. They're going to be looking forward to Manchester United coming to town. It's going to be a difficult game against Brentford. We've only got ourselves to blame, and that's what position we're in now. We're saying it's going to be a difficult game against Brentford. Got a signing like David Moyes in 2013, 14. Anyway, guys, have a good weekend if you can. I'll see you later.